The Global Cultural Leaders Congress Conference is a 3-day event in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The event invites interested parties from East Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon to collaborate with Indigenous communities in Canada. The event will feature various activities, including workshops, panel discussions, and networking opportunities in the areas of trade and tourism. Participants will have the chance to learn about Indigenous culture in Canada and explore ways to build bridges between cultures. Come participate and take home more in exchange. Registration is now open for $245. The event will take place on November 1st to 3rd, 2023 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Visit www.gclcongress.org and register now or get more information.
Hudhu billahi mina shaitani rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ze ajimiti omusomi w'ekitabo era omusomi w'edduwa. Nkozesa kyoto kino, ekyoto kino kiba kitagombolola. Lwaliro ku kyoto kuno kunyambira abantu bange. Buli muntu yenna alina ekizibu kye, ojja ku kyoto kino n'osula akabaani ne nkusabira. Buli alina ekizibu naddala mu abali e Bulaaya n'ompereza amannya. Ne ngasula mu kyoto kino ne nkusembera edduwa ne nkujjako ebizibu ne biba bikusumbuye. Walemererwa mirimu ki ddala mu abali e Bulaaya, abali mu nsi muno mu Uganda, abalemeddwa okufuna visa. Nantegeeza eri abaana Adamu enkozesa nkofu ku kyoto kuno. Amala okusindika enkofu eyo negenda ebanja, amabanja ge bakubanjiza gonna. Gwe yalema okufuna okuweebwa hajimiti nkozesa amazzi. Ku nnyanja kuno kumulengera ku mazzi wano. Hajimiti nga bwenyimidde olwaleero ngokumasira abaana Adamu. Bompereza ebiwandiiko byonna bye bompereza ng'oli e Bulaaya. Mbikwata ne mbizinga ne mwandika kapapula. Ne mbisula mu nnyanja. Ne nsaba Allah gwe nsinza asumulule ebyo bye babikulemeredde. Awa visa agifuna, alemedde okufuna omusajja omulungi amufuna. Sangeba ku namba 0752871515.
All right, by future tubaniriza ebisezo twabamwena leero wetuli ngenda kwogera lusuubu ku Uganda oba Mr. Kigozi n'Uganda yabulika n'abogerera ddala n'Uganda bizimaludduyi and refined Uganda.
I've also done songs in Chinese. However, sometimes when called upon, it can be tricky.
Okay, now no longer nekolera jange.
Yeah, I'm forever.
You have now transformed into Mr. Jawakaba.
Yeah, of course.
Now we sing.
Now we film.
Ladies and gentlemen, Navio is in the area.
Yes.
That is Kigozi. And because Jenkins Mukasa na Ewali. Yes. We're gonna keep an journey here and there around people music. Yeah. Navio in the area.
Yes.
Say hi to our viewers, man.
I was saying Wanyabo. It's so good to be here with you. This it could be morning, evening, you never know.
Anytime you're on.
Yeah, anytime you're on, we are ready to speak. And yes, I'm here with my brothers in the industry. This is the first man to ever pay me on stage, so I have to be nice. If I'm nice to him, don't be surprised.
I will do it again.
Yeah, hey.
Now, I think now the reverse is true. It's going to be.
Now you're becoming an artist. Again, what's an artist? Or is an artist? Yes.
I'm around hip-hop, bad guys basically. Portrays like the naughty guys, the bad boy character. And you're so calm. What's what choosing hip-hop? Why did you choose that?
Those hip-hops, yeah, bad guys necessarily. Smart ones. You know, whether it's the world of raga from Jamaica or in the States or South America. Hip-hop is culture, so our culture extends further than just the music. So when you see how people dress now in Jamaica, they dress like hip-hop. You know, same can be said South America. They dress like hip-hop, you know, and the way that way of dressing is it's part of a hip-hop culture.
Yeah.
So I think it's not about being a bad guy, you know, it's not about that, it's about talent. Yeah, the first thing is about talent. You know, what is coming out of your mouth, because you have people who they've come into the industry with $1 million.
Of course.
How they got it, we don't know. Like the Jay-Z's came into the industry, then you have other people who struggle, they come in through the labels. You have other people who are self-made, like Master P. You know, you have guys like 50 Cent who basically had to rob and steal their way to the top. So, any very even. One thing about hip hop, your voice is unique. It's the same as a fingerprint. It's the same as a fingerprint. It's the same as it's the same as a fingerprint. Your voice is always going to be unique to you. And so I'd say first and foremost it's about talent. But when you talk about Batt Guy, I don't think there are many people who will just run to me and say, "Where?" So you find bad also because I guess we've been in the streets a long time as well. We know people, we know everyone from top to bottom. So, it's about your definition of a bad guy.
Yeah. But then Navio is, I think, one of the few artists, because they never in the rest of the cool chameleon and then Bobi. How did you get to that? So what you, well, I think Batt Badru was the first one.
Yes.
What with Klear cut?
I'm a bad guy. I think it's about relationship. For me, I'm able to take ego out. I don't have to greet someone like, "Oh, so," and you can still show someone complete respect while you're still being a man. And I think for me, they can see that. I think actually 50 said it best. A lot of people think I want or think you might want problems because when there's a problem, I'm like, no problem. If there's a problem, no problem. If we don't have a problem, also no problem. So they know, I think people know when they meet. I'm not someone to start, but I'll finish. You know what I mean? So it's always, I always, I think I just have that respect, for any man. I respect him as much as they respect me. So I come to Baby, he sees, I have no issue. Go to Bobi, he sees I have no issue. Camila, I have no issue. They might be at war in front of me. There have been times I've stopped. Our crew has stopped that from happening because we have their respect. But what we took together, I think, is just, when you're real, you're real. There's no way around it. You're not trying to pretend. When you start pretending, you pretend you're humble. Then next time I abuse you.
Become a hypocrite.
Then you get a palasso alien. Problem. Then next time, when I'm now too tough on you, really I'm not about that life. Then someone meets you in the street, then there's a problem. You need to be real, I think.
That man from Karoncha is the timeless. It's the timeless. How did the idea come? How did it take us through it shortly? Just
AO Records. So me and Bobi had been meeting regularly. Actually, at that time he was having issues. He had started to have issues with the other boys, and people weren't really. He wasn't getting the collaborations for his level. So, I was like, sometimes when that happens, you need to, at the same time, I was also experiencing that. I'd gone back to school. When I came back to Uganda, guys were like, "Hey, what about the guy who used to do music? Hey,
we pretend we forgot.
You guys were real good.
I know, right?
Jenkins, can I come for interview? I have a person that came in." It was hard to get interviews. So I was also in a situation where I have the talent, I think, but people are like, "You had your shot. Clear cut. You grew up. You had your money." Jenkins paid you 1 million. First ever in Uganda to get 1 million. So be happy. So now we're in a situation where we are both. Bobi couldn't really ascend to where he needed to be in terms of collaborations and respect. And on my side, I was re-entering. So we're like, let's knock out songs together. If you're not going to work with us, like they say, it's like we've not come to take part. We had come before to take part, but we can also take over. So, to date, it is the most played and requested song in Ugandan history, next to Jim and I can't remember.
I think
Feel It.
It's one of the few songs where people can sing your verses.
Yeah.
That's how much they go into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the recording, like writing the idea, chorus and everything.
Yeah, I think that time me and Bobi must have knocked out like 10 songs. So it's literally
You have a couple of them.
we have a few, yeah.
Always I hear one of them playing somewhere and I say, "Oh, I've forgotten this
Number one.
Yeah, many didn't come out actually because those days, the hard drive, they couldn't crash. They were Alan Okia still has one computer there with like 5 songs of Bobi and Navio. He's like, I don't know when we can fix it, but it's just in the corner of his house, But yeah, we record a lot of songs because those days we're doing 4 or 5 shows a day. Hey, by the way, look, come to the studio, feel this vibe. Hey, put on a verse here. I call him the other side, we put on a verse. So this one, he had come up with AO.
Yes.
I was also working with him from Nekoreda Jange, songs like that. He made the beat, AO made the beat. Bobi came in, did his thing, and he's like, there's something missing. There's something missing. Where's that guy we've been working with? Where's the other guy? He's like, bro, where are you? I'm like, just finishing a show, come through. Pull up, the rest is history. Like all of them, they just flowed one after the other.
The days of Klear cut. Celebrating. Still baby is there.
14 years old. That's not a baby. That is a grown man.
You are still small, short.
Yeah, skinny. We were small. 14.
Very small.
I see 14-year-olds now. I'm like, what were we doing?
In this one,
Those stages, security, Kabuyo.
there was you, there was Papito, there was JB, Lambas.
Yes, and the myth. Yes. 5.
Where's Papito now?
Papito started a logistics company, got very successful, and retired
Really?
at 35.
The guy is eating life with a silver spoon.
And Goron. There's a silver spoon, a Goron fork.
Is he still in Burundi?
Yeah, he has places all over now, but mainly Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar.
You're the one who's doing French.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
Papito.
Was a good guy.
Yeah, good.
Very calm.
Business.
Very yes. I was wondering what he's doing in hip hop.
You were sharp. Yeah.
And then JB was here with us.
Yeah, JB came back for like about a year. Yes. So he was left for 10 years, then he came back. He's actually here for almost 2 years. So he came back, released some songs, etc. He also did very well. He had a few shops that at that time were selling DVDs out there in Canada.
He's in Canada.
Yeah, so now he's in Canada full time, and
I like his bad boy attitude.
Yeah, it's the only bad
now
boy.
that's
I remember.
That's a bad
It was great, but not
Yeah.
That's a bad guy.
Because as much as when Atlas came in and then he was coming to him, Ken is the only one.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought it was me and Atlas, but then Atlas turned his attention to the small one, thinking the small one is the easier. Then they had their issue. I don't know what happened, but you tell us.
I was in the center. But now you need to give it attention. Because I remember the interview we did on East Africa Radio, it's like, oh, there's a young boy who came in and
Yeah, I mean, for me, you gotta, at that point, I think there was a lot of back and forth. I didn't offer to do a mixtape with him, but for me, I felt like it wasn't the right time. You have to I have to respect your work ethic. I can respect you,
Yes.
but I need
But the
to,
way you work.
your goals, and you need to have done a bit more. You need to, for me to reply.
Yes.
You know, like anyone I reply to is because like, hey man, this boy really drives. You know, I might say something because I know that's how you feed yourself, cover your baby. So I help you in some controversy, but I need to respect something you do. The music, the talent, the
goal.
the drive,
Your
maybe
hustle.
your hustle. I need to respect something for me to reply. Otherwise, so with him, I respected him, but I thought. He did it. Album launch at least. What? Oh, he's bad, man. Oh, he's dope. He came through, and he also came through. He came into the industry with money. More money than any of us. The guy was throwing up Like $10,000 in the club. But even me and Jenkins were like, so yeah, he came through with that swag and he had everything going for him. And yeah, he chose what he chose for whatever reason it is. I'm not going to speculate. But you know, the African industry at that point was really, you had to be like very switched on and whatnot. And right then I was top 5 in Africa. And I knew what it had taken to get me there.
Yes.
So I'm like, I want to give you a easy, no one to get a easy route to the top.
That's why he said like locally Napoleon, if it's the best game, okay, I'm pushing it. That's one of his songs.
Yeah.
It was that time hip hop was like up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like everything, the news, everything.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? So to actually be on that, I don't know why they make me the guy to revive hip hop in a way when it comes to like controversy.
Yes.
Like back in the day,
Yes, but I remember
there was that tension. We had tension. It got to the middle. Then later on, the GNL.
Yeah, the GNL. Something that was really
never understood that one. Then that Kabuyo people now need. So I think after 25 years, I think I don't know why I'm the relevant guy, but they keep making me more relevant. So I'm like,
you've been like the face.
I think your hustle has been respected, and
Maybe.
people know you from 14 years old
yeah.
till where you are now.
Yeah.
So it's
Don't tell them where we are now.
where you're going is another story.
Yes, true. Yeah, no, it's a blessing. It's a blessing too, because you know that to be called out like that, they want that crown. They feel like you're the one at the top that they need to knock off to get that.
Because that's right. Yeah, you actually the only one who's been held in concerts when talk about rappers like. Yes, General did, and then that was you were doing.
I think G did one big one. Nah, I only heard about the one. I think he did the one big one.
The one that will go.
Yes.
And then you did Uma, you did
I'm like
couple.
was big time.
I did.
But Uma was big time. Yeah, it was big time.
Yeah, we
Well organized
we flew in the guys of that 1-8 project to come and feature on the show. That was big.
That was big.
The times of hip hop cameras, we had the big Kigozi and I mean, there was a time when the rappers, the names were up there, like many of them. Where are they? What happened with them?
I think they're still there. What we're doing is, I think we're doing too much of maybe compromising the art form. And it's not even up to us guys who have been in the game for a while. Yeah, it's not up to us guys who've been in the game for a while. It's the new ones who are there. I'll always rate Fik and Fefe, for example, in my top 5. I always say teenagers.
I like how
They're
big sounds.
They're dope.
Yeah.
But they need to also trust hip hop to take them where they need to.
Yeah.
Need to be. You can give us 3 club ones, but do one hip hop. And it'll do wonders for you Africa wide.
Yeah.
I'm always telling them that. You saw what it does till today, Mafia. When Fik gets on stage with Mafia, anywhere, UK here, it's crazy. When Fefe gets on and does Yes No, those are fundamental hip hop songs. So I feel like there needs to be more balance. They need to also trust the genre to get them there and get them that respect on the rest of the continent. Because that's what's worked for me. They're no. Because I don't get rated as a Ugandan act, first of all. When I go to Nigeria or I go to South Africa, they talk about me as one of the best in East Africa. They're like the king of East African rap. So sometimes it's very hard now when someone tries to battle me in Kampala. It's very hard because I'm like,
Where do I start now?
I don't know, which Nigerian radio can you walk in? And they don't slap you. So yeah, it's difficult for me, but I also want to pull up and engage and be part of the Kavuyo sometimes, but it's not my level. Yeah.
Is Abba still doing music?
Langman, hey, yes, he is. Yeah, Abba, that's his name.
Abba, yeah.
People knew Abba Lang. I think the brand Abba was bigger than Langman because he was such a big personality. Yeah, he's still doing it. He has a radio.
Funny dude, eh?
Yeah, so he has a band in Germany and they tour around and do little gigs here and there. And he was also on radio for a long time. Then he also has 9 to 5, man. So
Really?
yeah, much respect.
You guys are all successful. The Myth has a new album.
Yes.
The song I like. The song I like.
How did you check it out actually?
I like the fact that he's really showing guys
I
what
like
the meaning of hip hop is.
I know.
Yeah.
I think, but it's always been a dope.
He's the dopest.
Yes. I think you just need to appreciate.
Bar for bar. Guys always like, Navio, you think you're the best? I'm like, oh. Yeah man.
The hip hop discussion I had with some guys, I said, you know, man, you're not too good, but
But they also shouldn't say I'm
Yes.
No. I mean, I think if anything, he's the guy on my level.
yeah.
He's the guy on my level, and sometimes he's better than me. Sometimes I'm better than him. But we're from the same place. We're from the same mothership.
Background,
Yes. So it's for us, it's such a perfect discussion. Can you imagine being in a group with someone, and then they are deciding which one of you is the best?
You're representing it.
Yeah.
Everything comes back home.
You can. It's hard to even pretend now. Who's number one? Who's number two? I'm like, wow. From the same group.
Sorry,
Of all the rappers in Uganda, you want to put us at 1 and 2. Oh, we'll take it.
but you've also brought up a lot of you have so many artists.
I have, but without contract.
Yeah. And
I don't know if it was smart or.
they get away with that. I don't know why.
No, it's not getting away. I never want to hold an artist. Remember, I was signed. I've been signed to Universal.
Yes.
I've been signed to Sony. I know what it means to
To be held down.
yes, to be held down.
Yeah.
So I always engage people first of all on a basis of respect and friendship. Not even friendship sometimes, just respect.
Yes.
And I'll help you. There's a room you can't get into, I will help you, especially if you're hip hop.
Of course.
I will help you get into that room. I will help you build your career. Or you can't get on to get interviewed by so and so. I'll be like, yeah, guys,
Just like that.
interview this guy, trust me, he's the future. And I do that because I really believe they are the future.
Yes.
So, when we did it for Keko or a GNL, I don't know why G hates me saying it. When I helped a lot of these people, I didn't write rhymes for you. I didn't feed you. I didn't clothe you. I didn't raise you.
Yes.
What I'm saying is I helped you.
opened your door.
Yeah, I helped you open some doors.
Yes.
And a lot of people have that issue. We'll get back to that, but a lot of guys have that issue with admitting that. I'm like, Steve G gave me some free songs.
Yes.
That is what made me.
Yes.
And you recognize that.
I recognize that. There's no problem, but I feel like sometimes people, a lot of my boys say, yeah, because my brand is so huge, they feel like people are under it and they want to shine just as much. Guys are like, yo, I'm the number one guy doing Luganda. I'm the number one. And it's like, oh yeah, so how Navio helped you? Or how this man helped you out? Or he opened the door for you? Or he did this? I think sometimes, especially back then, it really used to sound like you're someone's puppet. So I think that's what caused that friction there. But there are a lot of artists here who've helped out. And I never really make it contractual unless they want to do that. I never really make it contractual because I know what it means to be tied down. And I never want to work with someone when they feel they're tied down. But it's the next step actually. Next year, NAVCOP is gonna be doing it properly. Sign up some artists. Oh yeah.
I think
Exciting times.
Before we proceed, you graduate of political science. You shouldn't be an enemy. And you're friends with Bobi.
Well, actually,
Even longer, you should be.
I should be. I think they are making more. I think we need to. Yes. You see, again, you have that history. That Uganda, you don't know. They talk about me as East Africa.
Yes.
So at least here, let's not talk about me as Rubaga. Let's think of Kampala as the.
So you dumped that profession or what?
It is. I feel
When
like.
you practice political science.
did you just do it for the
Like you
sake?
said, I did work with Bobi and Navio. That was very political science. That took some degree.
Actually, it's interesting because you're one of very few who has not done that.
Yeah. That took some degree. Nah, hey man, politics is about respect.
Yeah.
Knowing when to give it.
And I think people misunderstand. Politics is not only in the parliament.
True.
Even in your home.
Yeah.
How you manage your family, wife and children. you need political science.
Yes.
And I'm sure you're doing that very well.
Code word science. The real. These young men don't know what. Sorrow.
The Corredos happened to work in Uganda, and then we've just seen groups here at the cards, no one is signing the forest. They just belong, but like you don't have any. Why is it?
I think that the artists themselves didn't want to be tied down because maybe everyone believes that they're star. Everyone believes that they're going to blow up.
One day.
Yeah, a kid here in Kambodsha believes that they're going to be in New York one day, sharing a stage with Jay-Z. And those are the dreams, actually. Those are the driving forces that make you more talented because you set your sights high. If you see an artist and they're not very talented, it's because when they hear themselves, they're hearing something false.
Yes.
They think they're good, and then when you hear a guy who's really good, that's the guy who's usually more insecure. Hey, Jenkins, did you hear that right? Is it good? What can I do to improve it? Hey man, it's so many was okay, but you had some problems. But how? They're always trying to get better.
Yes.
And I think that insecurity provides, talent. That's where talent comes from.
Yeah.
The want to get better and compete.
Right.
Yeah, and to have a realistic idea of what you're doing. Because some guy will be like, yo, I'm the best. They start rapping, you're like, Harry, Q, shoot me a cream.
We have one.
Hey.
Push that.
Hey.
You guys is right. Push that.
You're asking me.
I had to
Yeah, I'm staying on political science.
I was having a chat with a South African artist called Donald about record labels, and he has one that is the only artist on it. Doesn't have anything.
Now, of course.
You get me a reason that it's like you adopting a baby and then you babysit. You have to provide for everything.
Yes.
And then these guys will appreciate at some point. They're like, no, we are in trouble and we're not getting enough money. So I think that's one of the reasons why people are not signing. They fear expenditures.
Also, I think for the artists here in Uganda, the royalties is not there.
Yeah.
That's why we're getting so many issues. I don't know about Abitex. You've had all those issues. When you lend a helping hand, when the guys get there, they never. The disrespect, so people don't want to bother anymore.
Yeah. It's very hard. And then as an artist, you feel like, why do I don't want to be giving my 30% away.
Yes.
I'm just about to blow up. Maybe I can just manipulate them. I'm like, a bigger artist always knows.
Yes.
They know they're helping you.
Yeah.
You don't have to manipulate us.
Yes.
We know that we're going out of our way.
Yes.
And I've had it so many times where they really, like I was saying, that we do that routine.
And you can tell this guy is just.
Yeah, it's just, but you still say, okay, Reverend, give the guy, so now let's give him a chance in studio or something. So you always know when you're being, but you do it anyway. I think those contracts though are going to be, that's how I'm going to move going forward.
And I think also for us in Uganda now, once we solve the copyright issue, and the royalties are still, they start coming in as they should.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense to sign someone.
Yeah, true. Because you can easily monitor
Yes.
what's being played, what's being played.
Yeah,
and
the way it
radio
is
stations
now,
have to-
it's not easy.
So, what's the difference between there is Klear Cut and then there's Navco?
Yes.
I thought you would just proceed with Klear Cut and then you brought in Navco.
Yeah, I mean, Klear Cut speaks for Klear Cut members. Okay. Klear Cut speaks for Klear Cut members.
So we have
NAVCO was set up five, yeah.
Ghana already became a retired.
You know?
So that's how
Yeah, we let him be there. Yes. So the four of us, and now in Uganda there are two. So now they Yeah, no, I mean, companies originally, I'd say that NAVCO was set up just to handle
Navio as a brand,
Yeah, Navio as a brand, because, we're getting all those festivals. You're flying down for Big Brother. You 1-8 guys are like, what's your team number? You're like, so we needed a stable that could handle that without having to ask five guys also what's happening, because they all had their own businesses, they all had their own brands, they all had people calling them. So NAVCO was set up just as that. but it grew into such a huge, the wings now. You walk down with a Navcop shirt in Lagos right now.
Yes.
People recognize the brand. Sometimes even before they're like, oh, they have the brand. And I think that built over time. So whereas we could have just kept quiet about Navcop, people talk about it because the brand it's its own brand. And then of course getting dragged into these shows, because I was traveling so much, a lot of these promoters, they'd be like, I need to get hold of this artist. Do you know them? Or do you have a link that we could get this guy with?
Yes.
How do we get R. Kelly in town? How do we get White Cliff in town? How do we get, so we started getting calls about that. And so I think we've always, just because the Navio brand has been successful, that's been our main concentration. But now it's coming the time where we really have to be like, okay, all of these connections, all of these artists we know, all of these, potential sponsors, and also for the next generation of artists, artist development. That's really going to be important. So yeah, moving to a new stable, setting up the new office, properly run label. Let's get busy.
That's a good idea.
Where are the female rappers these days? What happened exactly? Because I
They
don't
go to marry.
Yes, some of them, but they should keep rapping. I think generally it is a very cutthroat game. A lot of the rappers also try singing sometimes.
Yeah.
And then just with how hip hop was left in the time when I left as well, that 4 years, in between hip hop being super profitable to, Baba leaving, GNL leaving, and Lyrical, taking some time off, and, Clear Cut being all over the globe, that really, really affected, our buying power. But you still have huge brands, huge hip hop brands. Think about Kigozi brand. That is another human being. I'd say, and it's a female. The only other rapper who can walk into Nigeria and be like, she's not gonna get my 20 interviews, but she can get a solid 5 interviews off her name.
Yes.
With what she did. And she was in the game like 5-6 years.
Yes.
She was in the game probably like 5-6 years. She's coming back to it heavy, but then, she went to Canada, etc. But that is a huge thing.
very.
And it was a female. So I think there is room for a brand which is dynamic and dope enough coming from that female side of things. But it's a cutthroat game, man. Your own daughter, 4 a.m., 18 years old, backstage on the field at Rubidi or Dambole. The security issues, she has to be over glammed up. It can get costly to the artists and the people around us. So, but we have a lot of talented female MCs. That is for sure.
For now, we have Felista, I think. At this moment, it's Felista representing the females. She's doing her role.
Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray, yeah, but she's so much into standard. So much of it. And you haven't given us that standard. When you do the ragga beat and then rap as well.
Yeah, I've done. I do my fair share actually, because I do the other stuff. Sometimes when I do it, it really blows up. So some people actually are like, "Hey, you're so commercial." I'm like, "Did you hear the other 17 songs?" I released on the album, when they don't know. So even with Hamadi, for example, with Eli Wamala, I made sure. I'm like, you want to hear some hip hop? Okay, let's push this Sasha. Sasha level where you put like a commercial song. That's how I wanted to do it, just to show you guys that, hey man, rap first and foremost. Like a hip hop guy.
About the upcoming concert.
It's pressure.
It's been a while,
Yeah.
People are expecting, based on what they saw now, it has to be that level.
It has to be crazy, yeah.
So what should people expect?
Yeah, well,
Have you zeroed on the venue yet?
yes, we're gonna do Kampala Arena. That's opposite Arena Mall in Zambia. Yeah, so it's going to be a brand new arena. I wanted to go to somewhere new. People have done their own venues, but I feel like a comeback for Navio. Let's get a new venue. So we're doing Kampala Arena. That's directly opposite. You'll be able to enter right from where Arena Mall is, directly opposite Kampala Arena. September 2nd is the date.
Not so far away.
Yeah. So September 2nd, I'm going to come directly off my tour in the States. Doing a tour in the States, straight into promo. For that, we're going to have all the old jams, all the old artists coming through. So that's going to be hits from the Ruckuses
Should be
to the Navio,
Is Bobi
to the Joggers.
I'm
Everybody.
visualizing backstage. Yes, I'm going to be the stage manager.
Yes, of course. Naturally.
Bobi Wine, Bebe Cool,
Yeah.
and I'm
At
telling
peace.
you, also come and then you next. Let's wait.
There's not such a deal.
And peacefully.
Peacefully.
It's somewhat
Yes. Yes.
That is so like
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. He actually, we split the sample. Then we played in the song. He was supposed to get on it.
Yeah.
He said, Navio, don't touch.
Leave it with
I'm the best. But let's not try and let me not do it. I had that dream. You're supposed to redo it. You know, well, like, that's how you should do it. It's like, leave that as it is. So we ended up doing another song called Come Over. On Pride, we did Come Over. And yeah, we both got super busy that summer, so we never did a video. But so
Difficult the collaboration that you have. I'm seeing all the artists I've not seen in a while.
the rest of Peter Miles.
Peter Miles,
Buguma remix.
Tonics.
Mr. DJ.
Mr. DJ now, the old Swans.
Yeah, Swans in that.
It's going to be like massive.
I think it's going to be a massive show.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. It's the combination of 20 years. So 20 years
It's a journey.
on the top.
That's a journey of Buguma, that's the same.
Yes,
Specific and to deliver.
absolutely. I mean, every time we do a concert, it changes the way concerts are done. So there's that pressure for me. We did have the legend. Why is he swapping outfits? You know, and now that became the standard. We did that with Eddie D's on the stage. Is that dangerous?
We see fire on the stage.
Yes, then there was this guy, you know, that would change the way things are done. Then the daytime show that we did, that also changed the vibe, you know, we can. So I think they've been, the jogging is on top of the Garden City.
Yeah.
That one as well, with the band, the interaction.
When Atlas wanted to come out and said that now you've watched R&B, wait for the hit. I was like, have you started, are you going to start a war? Yeah. No man, I'm doing hip hop, no battles, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've been waiting for that. I think he was supposed to. He said he was supposed to do a show and then bring DJ Khaled. That was in 2012. So anyway, we're waiting.
There was time of the time of the collaborations across East Africa, the AY would come in.
Yeah. Oh, AY is a one and only remix.
Yes. They wanted for a while. Because a general actually.
Yes.
There were so many collaborations from down there.
Yeah.
East Africa.
Yeah.
What happened?
I think, weirdly enough, the linchpin that could have really blown up the new acts that are coming out would be the newfound online presence of Tanzania.
Yes.
That would have linked together where the corporate money is flowing in Kenya, Uganda, the way we have the big shows. Those three working together would have been our own economy of music.
Yes.
But Tanzania's numbers went up and they just went to work with Nigerians.
Oh yes.
And then the corporates only have in Kenya, you know, only have Sauti Sol and Waku, they want to invest in. And then Uganda, we just keep doing our shows. You know, our issue is now becoming the fact that with corporates, we're able to relate to them. We had people in the corporates that we could talk to. What you have now is an issue where, you know, like I said before, it was us and the promoter talking to the corporate. Now you have the corporate and the promoter talking to the artist. So of course the promoter is going to squeeze us. I can bring this to 200K. I can bring this. I can bring this. It's not practical. It's not good.
The corporate companies are more what they do with the artists that
Yeah.
even for the callback tunes, you know, the issue is that the aggregator talks to the corporate company and that is left behind.
Yeah. This is what, by the way, this is what we got for you.
Yes.
On my music, you're telling me what you vote for. Shouldn't I be in that meeting
Exactly.
to make it make sense?
Yes.
Because then you were talking like, I'm showing you how much money have I got you as a telecom.
Yeah.
This is how much
It
money.
should be the other way around.
You talk and then me I go get the aggregator. Yes. The one to there is like an accountant.
Yeah.
I go hire my accountant as a company. You figure out, you take your percentage. You take the 5%.
Yes.
I keep the whatever percent. I don't want to give him 10%.
I think there's a lot of injustice there.
Yeah. But
And as we close up about and the closure of the tournament, it was fundamental in playing football. It's a fact.
I mean, if you're already established, not so much, because you play. You have to be playing across. Yeah. If you are really trying to just play on one station already, that problem was with your tactic, your strategy. So I think it was definitely a blow, because to have a dedicated station was amazing. But I mean, let's not act like XFM doesn't do that thing. Let's not act like Radio City doesn't do their thing for hip hop. There's still stations
supported the hip hop.
Sanyo's now back.
Yes.
Yeah, Sanyo's now back to a format where they're playing trendy.
Yeah.
Before they saw, I think they saw Capital's market, and they were like, how can we? So they were bringing Teddy Riley, but now I think they're like, they're trying to be more trendy with it, which is hip hop. So yeah, good vibes.
So the dribbles are rapper Rastafari.
This is black. This is it. We run Karakas with these dreads.
I'm seeing that in the future when they are.
No. For the sake of I'm forgetting how to swim even, because I have these dreads. I need to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
So as we wrap up,
yes.
the last word for our people, especially on
The concept we have
Yes,
through.
absolutely.
But
not too much information has been put over there.
Yes. But now that you
Start now.
now you're the main media person.
media pattern.
September 2nd,
September.
it's going down all the way from all I want to know to Rakas.
Julia Gambade Mwera. I've not seen her in a while. I'll be there.
Yes, please. So all the way from all I want to know
Yeah.
to Rakas.
And the boys coming
Down with the Clear cut, of course.
All of them.
All of them.
Oh.
Dawuliranga.
Uh-huh.
Remix.
Karo.
Rakas remix with Two Face. I don't know. To Ingaro.
Yes.
To one.
All of
Bad
them.
one from Kamuchi.
Yes.
Back to Indibukodo.
Superstar. Fish was a
Superstar for Bebekuru.
Yeah.
To come over Chameleon.
Yes. I mean,
The list we saw Swans in Yonda.
yes. We're now at home. It's called
Mr. DJ.
Mr. DJ. In the league we are. In the league we are. Phil.
Then Hamadi, the new ones. It's very rare. Shina skies. I mean,
Ori Ray.
now we're no longer rare. September 2nd, don't be rare. Please be there. September 2nd.
That was Navio, Mr. Kigozi, the area. Thank you very much, bro, man.
No, thank you.
We are media partners.
Yes. Yes.
We're going to look for you, be on your case.
Please.
I think we feel that tomorrow.
Please.
Let's go.
Kampala Arena. Brand new arena. Just for I'm opening venue for the people of Uganda. Can you imagine? Kampala Arena, a brand new one, opposite arena.
Wakati.
Yes. It's going to be a good experience.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks for coming on. Subscribe, share.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace and love. Vibe life. Ooh. Ooh,